Welcome to NewsNation's Backscroll, where we look back at our major news coverage on the most important topics and personalities of our time.
Our agents are in danger. They're very sophisticated and they're getting more and more violent.
It's a special pick for me.
It's got a tracking device.
It does?
A lot of young cartel kids are being trained up and they're coming over as unaccompanied minors and they're in our country.
I don't want to get out ahead of the president, but he's serious about making sure that the American people come first.
All right, I'm Allie Bradley with NewsNation, and we are about to go out with the Border Patrol convoy with their ATVs and UTVs. We're linking up with DHS Secretary Kristi Noem. It's her first time to this sector. This is the Tucson sector, specifically Nogales. Not only is it one of the areas that has seen the most fentanyl pouring across the border, but we've also watched smugglers quite literally in action, sending people down in a form of task saturation, where they make Border Patrol basically distracted with an individual, and then they send something else nefarious through one of the holes in the wall. So we're going to see the status of the wall. We're going to see Secretary Noem's reaction to the area, and we're going to see kind of this very, very proactive posture that we've seen under the Trump administration in full force down here in Nogales.
I just chatted with some agents earlier today, and they had mentioned that overnight an agent was assaulted by an illegal immigrant. That illegal immigrant was able to get that agent's baton and run back to Mexico. Are you guys seeing an uptick in cartel violence? Are they ramping up their efforts against agents, or what are we seeing right now with this new administration and really with the border more secure?
You know, what I would say is that they're getting more desperate. They recognize that we're enforcing our federal laws, that we're not letting people just walk across the border anymore. As you can see, we mean business. You know, we are building a wall, we are securing our borders, and that we're not going to let this illegal activity continue. So yes, absolutely, our agents are in danger, but they're also happier because they get to do their jobs. They recognize that their jobs matter now, and they're protecting their homeland. So yeah, absolutely, we're taking care of individuals, giving them all the tools and equipment that they need. It's a dangerous job. In these cartels, this is their business model. This is what they've always done. They're not used to facing this kind of opposition on their criminal activity, and that's why they're getting more desperate.
Yeah, for the first time, my team and I have body armor, and I've been covering this for 4 years, and we never needed it. And now there is a concern.
I think, Allie, what people need to remember is just how sophisticated the cartels are. You know, a lot of times when people think about the cartels of the past, they just think of street violence. They're using apps, drones, technology, and partnering with other enemies of the United States to conduct human trafficking, drug smuggling, but also money laundering. So they're very sophisticated, and they're getting more and more violent. They're not just attacking an officer with one baton or one gun. Many times it's assault weapons, it's a coordinated attack, and we need to be prepared for all those situations.
Now, when it comes to the efforts in the interior, obviously your agency is a part of that as well. It's not just Border Patrol, it's throughout the nation. The Alien Enemies Act, something that the administration is leaning on right now. Can you tell me what groups are being targeted under that act right now, or what we could see potentially under that act?
Well, under that act, we're targeting TDA specifically. We want to get, that is an extremely dangerous gang from Venezuela, that we have thousands of them in the United States of America that the Biden administration has allowed to proliferate. So we're targeting them, wanting to return them back to their home country, hopefully to face consequences. That's been the negotiation that the Secretary of State has been working on a lot, is to not only just return people back to their country, but to face consequences there. And we'll use every means we can to make sure we're getting them out as soon as possible.
Are we going to be seeing more protesters, people like that, targeted under this act as well? And is there any concern there with kind of people in the nation comparing that to how it was used in the past under World War II with internment camps. I mean, we're hearing that too. Is that something that is concerning, or what is your response?
You know, I would think that, I don't want to get out ahead of the president, but he's serious about making sure that the American people come first, that we're creating safer environments, and that we're focused on dangerous criminals. We're going after the worst of the worst to get them out of our country. So he's using tools that he has in his toolbox. These are laws that are already in place, and he's enforcing them and using these authorities to go after these folks that have murdered individuals, have raped and trafficked and killed our children.
When it comes to housing them, Gitmo, Guantanamo Bay, is that where we can see that happen? And how will we adjust that? Because from what I understand, the prisoners that were there have been returned to America. So how would that be readjusted, or what can we expect with that?
You know, they were returned to create some space. We'll continue to move people around, but absolutely we're going to use the asset that is Guantanamo Bay. We've got a lot of facilities there, a lot of capacity there, and we're going to continue to use it, especially for these individuals that are so dangerous. So, you know, we have other opportunities as well for other locations. You know, it's not always the wisest to telegraph every tool that we're going to be going after and utilizing, but Guantanamo Bay is a key to making sure that we have the detention facilities we need for these dangerous individuals.
We just saw the ICE statistics come out for arrests, over 32,000 already.
More than Joe Biden had in all of last year. So this president already, just since he was sworn into office, has already gone after and gotten more deportations out than Joe Biden did in 2024.
Now, is there a difference between deportations and arrests? Because from what I understand, deportation numbers aren't necessarily as high as some of the American people might want or expect yet.
You look at the numbers, and we're going through them, but the arrest numbers, we saw that Joe Biden was even manipulating those. Even people that they were encountering and releasing into the United States, they were calling as arrests. So President Trump has been extremely aggressive in making sure that we're arresting dangerous individuals, getting them out of the country, but also deporting people. And as you can see now from the CBP Home app, that we have many people that are self-deporting, which is fantastic. That's them recognizing that if they leave on their own, they may get the chance to come back to the United States.
Now, do you have statistics on that yet? You said people are using it?
We do have people using them. We've seen, I'm not going to talk numbers, but it's building momentum all the time, and we're continuing to educate the public about it. But yeah, it's, you know, the last I checked a few days ago, it was getting, it's hundreds and hundreds. I'm not sure if we're over thousands and thousands now, but every day as people recognize that there are criminal penalties for overstaying, especially after you have final removal orders. There's also financial penalties. For every day that you're here for a final removal order, it could be $700 a day penalty. So if someone has been here for years, past the date of their final removal order, it could be tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars, and that's a consequence they could face if they don't self-deport.
Is that new, or is that under Title
That's
8
always
already?
been in place, but it's got the potential to be enforced. Now, we're not saying that we are going to enforce it, but people need to realize it's not just going to be a crime, and it's not going to be that if we pick you up and have to deport you ourselves, that you never get to come back. There could be financial, devastating consequences as well.
So you're trying to give them more incentive to do it.
I just want people to
themselves
recognize
so
the
that-
amount of authorities that we have and what the federal law says. So there's a lot of consequences to not self-deporting right now if you are here illegally.
Now, when it comes to the unaccompanied children, obviously 540,000 plus came in under the Biden administration, more than the previous 6 years, 6 years combined.
Right.
320,000 are essentially unaccounted for. I know Tom Homan had promised you guys were going to go after them. You and I have also spoken about that. What is the status or process there, and when can we see that effort kind of take shape, or is it, and we just don't know yet?
Yeah, every day we're putting in place policies and doing enforcement activities that are focusing on children. So as you know, we've already reinstituted the DNA testing, which helps us make sure that that child that's crossing the border, that it's really with a family member. That if that child is being recycled and reused by cartels or traffickers, and helping us identify who they should be with. So we're doing that every single day. In fact, in some of our ICE operations, you know, you come into an apartment or somewhere that you're bringing in a gang or cartel member, we're making sure those children are really supposed to be in that home. And are they in a safe environment? So every day that work is being done.
Have you found any of those unaccompanied children yet? I know there was some initial reporting that some 75,000 were found. Is that accurate, or can you
There
tell
have
me?
been children that have been found because of that. I'm not certain I could speak directly to the numbers, but I can get that to you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
We really appreciate it.
Oh,
always.
absolutely.
And
you bet.
obviously, when it comes to the minors thing, I was talking with
Yes.
HSI
Yep.
with them, and they were saying that a lot of young cartel kids are being trained up and they're coming over as
They
unaccompanied minors, and they're in our country.
Well, many of these gang members that we have run into at times, people are shocked by how young they are.
Mm-hmm.
They may even be cartel members, but TDA members and MS-13 members that we're meeting that are 12, 13 years old, but they're conducting criminal activities here even though they're children.
Yeah.
Which also makes them less noticeable many times in communities until those crimes are committed.
Yeah.
So.
Victor Avila was saying that, you know, they're exploiting that system, and it's kind of a green light
They
to walk
are.
in because they're unaccompanied. Right?
That's exactly
so
right.
We'll follow up on that and continue that
That'd be great.
conversation.
Yeah, I'll
That'd
get
be
you some
great.
numbers.
Again, I appreciate you
Thank
coming
you.
down
Absolutely.
to the area where we're seeing a lot of activity, and now it's dead.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah, I know. It's
back
great.
to normal.
Yes.
Right.
Well,
Thank you,
we're
Secretary.
getting there. But
Thank
this,
you.
I mean, to have the amount of traffic slow down 95% over what happened under Joe Biden on a daily basis, and just recently to have the lowest number of encounters in the history of the Border Patrol, that's phenomenal. You know, just like a week or so ago, we saw less than 200 encounters.
184,
Yeah.
twice as much.
Yep, that's exactly right.
Yeah.
So in a day, that's remarkable. And now our agents can get back to doing their jobs.
Right.
And can not, instead of processing and all of that, they can be out there enforcing the law.
Yeah, you're putting me out of a job.
Yeah, well, there we go.
Thank you, Secretary.
Yes,
I
thank you.
I
Appreciate
your
it.
time
You
very
bet.
much. All right, we just wrapped up our exclusive tour with DHS Secretary Kristi Noem. She was down here, and we were able to jump on those ATVs and surveil this area and really see what is going on in what was once a cartel smuggling hotspot, and also a really massive thoroughfare for fentanyl. This rivaled the San Diego sector when it came to fentanyl seizure. That point of entry was one of those areas where a lot of the fentanyl was coming through. Now, this smuggling ridge, I like to call it, is an area that we historically saw cartel scouts and smugglers quite literally watching us, watching Border Patrol watch them. Now, there's nobody up there. And when we were out on this tour, it was really interesting to see, because areas that we had seen large groups of people come through in the past, there's now a wall there. It used to just have something that is called a Normandy barrier, just kind of like X's made out of iron that would stop vehicles, a vehicle barrier more so than a pedestrian one. Now that is completely fortified. There are no holes down here in the Nogales area, which again was historically exploited by the criminal cartels. We got to really talk to the Secretary about a lot of different issues. Now, things are always changing down here at the southern border. We'll hopefully have another opportunity to talk with the Secretary soon. All right, so right now we're with Texas CPS, and we are tracking individuals who had just jumped the wall. They believe at least 6 people breached the wall using ladders with the help of these cartel guides and scouts. So right now we are heading to the group that they believe just jumped this wall. We are linking up with Border Patrol as well.
Teléfono, dame teléfono, papá. Dame teléfono. Dame teléfono, la mano. Pon las manos acá atrás, por atrás, la espalda. Las dos.
Who's that? Underage.
Okay, so right now you can see that there is a young man here laying down. They call that laying up. He's trying to hide from the drones, trying to hide from anybody that is looking for him. So this is a classic evasion technique once they have crossed over to the U.S. illegally. So right now, the first thing they do, they're taking their phones so that they can't continue to communicate with their guide, with the cartel and things like that. So
We should make it the same way.
arrested him, and so we're going to take him out and bring him to the vehicle at the road. Hold on.
What? Oh,
Just keep going.
where the hell do we park?
I don't know. Where'd I park my car? Need agua. What's his story?
Where'd they get him at?
Which part?
Oh,
How old
okay.
is he? You don't know?
They have one.
¿Cuántos años tiene?
This guy over here?
Recibe pagar dinero a migrantes? No.
I went around. We went.
No, eres un migrante.
Uh huh.
Came back around. I was behind him.
Okay, por trabajar.
With a chop.
No asilo, though. Okay.
Where the ladders at?
Okay, y no trabajar con cartel. No? Okay. Rodolfo? Ali, mucho gusto. ¿Qué ciudad quieres ir? Where are you going? ¿A dónde va? No, ¿qué ciudad quieres allí? There you go. Your aunt, your tía, ¿qué ciudad?
Vive en Houston.
Your aunt's in Houston. Okay. Okay. Gracias, Rodolfo. Okay. Bueno, suerte. No bueno, you know. Sí, pero no
They're all from
estás
Mexico?
ilegal, you know. Es no legal. Lo siento.
This one is from Victoria.
Okay.
Yeah.
This one is.
Ow. Huh? Yeah. Okay.
Dame el teléfono. Ten el teléfono. Las manos. Pon las manos acá atrás. Ahora atrás. En la espalda. Las dos.
Hey, Wanda, we probably hit him. There was two that went this direction. Because one was a heavy.
Yeah, we're over the other end of
The guys in the back. Espérame, ¿qué es esto?
There should be another group by Zacayas.
Pinza para prender rosa. Entonces, espérate, calmado porque no te...
Okay.
Another one in the same area. It's a different one from the original one.
Probably another guy.
They're so young. Okay, so we're out here with Texas CPS and Border Patrol as they're tracking a group. So come here, you can actually see there's three guys on the shore here on the Mexico side. They have a raft where they've been kind of transporting people. Right now, there are some individuals outstanding that we're looking for, but we're watching them kind of operate right now as DOD and other law enforcement are on the U.S. side trying to deter them.
515.
God, he looks like he's like 12, dude. I mean, I'm not. Oh. Today's the day. Hump day.
Yeah. Early too. Good. Oh, never mind. Good.
They don't have any rings. That's wild, dude. What? I mean, I guess they had 6. So, you know, that's what the
Yeah.
guy on the with the tracks.
I don't know.
Oh my God, they're looking at us. They're binoculars.
Yeah. They're covering their faces now. So they're still tracking one?
Yeah.
The K9?
Yeah, there's still plenty one. Well,
Oh, he's looking us up.
You can see the left there. Look at it.
Oh, wow. There's people in it.
Are they going back to pick up bodies? Or?
There's 2 people in there. They're yelling stuff at the U.S. side.
soldiers over there. They're covering their faces down. So they're still tracking one?
Yeah,
They're kidding?
yeah, there's still pending one. So DOT, the other airport there.
Okay.
But I guess they keep coming back, so he's probably around.
We're looking for that.
And now my knees are all jacked up, so now I can't run. It hurts.
Well, it's good to know. We'll keep an eye on those gaps that shift change, especially now. They never put any of that information out at all.
But how does that work?
Hey, Navarro, are you taking them or no? You are?
Oye, mira para acá todos. Oye, mira para acá.
How old is he?
He's 16.
Does he have any priors?
I haven't done the math. He said that he's been arrested, but I don't have a computer to check right now.
Or arrested here, like with us, like in the U.S.?
I think so.
But how about like apprehensions, crossings?
We are out with Texas DPS and Border Patrol right now, who are working in lockstep because they are seeing the cartel using more juveniles to act as those human smugglers, those coyotes and those scouts, because juveniles are harder to prosecute on a federal level. So these two teams are working together because Texas DPS is now going to take that 16-year-old suspected smuggler there at the end. They're going to take him into custody and charge him with a felony for human smuggling on a state level, and they can get that prosecution much easier. So he was actually smuggling two individuals into the country. We're right now in the Mission, Texas area of the Rio Grande Valley sector.
At first, he was like taking like a lot of our assets away, but we've been getting.
Why does he keep showing me his cuffs like that? So did they do something with it?
With what?
With the drone? Is that who they brought over? Was these guys? With the drone?
No, this is something separate.
Yeah,
This is
because
totally
the drone's down there,
The drone's
right?
further away, yeah.
Did they move anybody yet? Do you know?
No, they're tracking some stuff, but nothing yet.
Okay.
That's why this is totally separate.
God, man, 16. I mean, now, like, is his life over? Is he going to be fine now?
I'll send you this video. I took some video of him up close.
Oh, yes, please.